So now we've hoisted the machine out of its cradle and we're ready to start vacuum lifting the first panel. First thing we need to do is rotate the pads to prepare them to put onto the panel. So on the front of the machine there's a rotation lock. You need to basically take that off by lifting it up and rotate the pads. Okay, so we're now going to position the machine close and over the panel. Okay, so we're ready now to switch the machine on. So the push switch on. Okay, what happens when you switch the machine on for the first time? You'll hear it operating like that. You hear the vacuum pumps running and you hear the beeping sound, and you'll notice the red light on the front of the machine. Eventually that stops and the green light comes on. On the side of the machine, the voltmeter is now indicated, as I explained earlier, showing 12.5 volts, and this machine is now ready to operate. So what we're going to do now, we've lowered the machine onto the panel, positioned it midpoint along the panel length. In our case, we've put the suction pads close to the top edge of the panel, ideally not closer than 100 mil from the top of the panel. Placing it along the top edge will help us when we rotate the panel. All the weight is bearing down, so we can now operate suction. So we're just going to move this lever here, slide it across into the green zone. And later on when we come to release suction, just to repeat, you pull the pin out and slide it back to the red zone. And as soon as you do that, the vacuum vents and the machine lets go of the panel. So don't do that until you're happy that the panel's secure. So to do that again, when I slide this across, I'm going to pan around and show you the vacuum gauge in the front of the machine. So what happened there, if you'd noticed, as soon as I moved the lever, the vacuum gauge started moving around through the red zone into the green zone. When it got into the green zone, the green light came on. But the machine pumps, the vacuum pumps, kept operating until the vacuum got around to about 0.72. The vacuum operates in a defined range. As soon as you have green light, you're safe to lift. And on this machine, you've got a working load then of 500 kilos. But the machine will continue to generate vacuum until the trigger point where it cuts off. And as you lift in panels, as the vacuum leaks, and you always get a vacuum leak, at some point the vacuum pumps will kick in and it will still pump until it gets back to that trigger point. Don't worry about that, the machine is doing exactly what it's meant to do. The important thing is that as long as the green light is on and the red light and the buzzer's not working, it's safe to lift. This particular panel we've got here is a micro rib panel with a leather grain finish. This will tend to leak vacuum a little bit quicker than a flat face panel, for example. But you always get some sort of vacuum seepage. So be aware that the vacuum pumps will come on at any time. So we're now ready to lift this. We're in a green zone, we can lift the panel. We're just going to ease it off the stack. Okay. So what's happening there, if you'll notice, is as it's lifting, it's also pivoting. When you get it clear of the stack, you then need to stop the lift and put the safety straps on. Safety straps simply loop around the panel. And just pin into position. You can adjust the tension. You don't need to have them too tight, but you want them tight enough so that there's little slack in them, but you can actually get them in and out easily by operating the pin. The safety straps are not an option. You do need to apply the safety straps. It's part of the regulations. This is a secondary safety for all vacuum lifters that are used to lift loads overhead. So please don't think they're optional. They're not. They're compulsory. I'm just going to tension that one. Once you've tensioned them, you generally don't need to retension between panels. The tension should be set. So now, once they're in position, you can continue the lift until you're clear enough of the stack to rotate the panel into its upright position. You see what we did there? Neil rotated the panel until the tilt lock engaged and the panel is now upright. Now we've not done a very good job in centering our machine along the panel, so we've got a nice angle from one end to the other. But if you position the machine exactly along the midpoint of the panel, it will be balanced. So apologies for that. But basically you've now got a suspended panel sitting in a vertical plane. You can then move this panel towards the wall. When you have it against the wall, against the cladding rails, you can release the secondary safety straps, pull them away from the panel joint, and then lower the panel until it locates on the one below. Put a fixing, retention fixing or two in there, and once you're happy, then release suction, but don't release suction until the panel's retained. Do not release suction until you're happy to do so. The one final thing I'll tell you about the machine is this particular one's got what we call an offset lifting eye on the top, which is this arrangement here. That has got 4 different positions, and you can adjust that depending on the thickness of the panel. We put it on the closest inboard position, but you can extend it further out if the panel is thicker and heavier. The idea is to try to make sure the panel hangs plumb, so you're not fighting against it when you're trying to put it against the wall. Okay, just a final few things about the machine. There are daily checklists in the instruction manual which always accompanies the machine. The Lola certificate is also in the manual. The daily checks basically involve checking all the suction pad hoses, the locking pins, the R-clips, making sure the seals are in good condition. If you do look after the machine and make sure it goes into its cradle every time you're not using it, there's no real reason why you'll need to change the seals. But if for some reason they tear, then there's a spare set of seals with every machine, and there's a separate video that will tell you how to change those seals.